Yeah.
Block selling crack, told them it's a marathon. Now they out here running laps. Got a chip on my shoulder for niggas that hated on us. Labels that hesitated when radio wouldn't play us. Rappers dropping they disses that see us and start explaining. Bitches I used to date wouldn't shut up and stop complaining. Now they looking salty cause I'm sucker ducking 4 times. Sipping Dolce at the Roosevelt Cabana poolside. 100,000 ain't enough to buy a new ride. So that's the type of disrespectful deal you sign.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Andres here, also known as Mankel, also known as Bovine. Welcome back to the channel. I hope y'all been enjoying this form of content. I'm trying to get out there more than just being in my studio. But anyways, guys, like you've seen the title, today I'm gonna break down how I make this West Coast beat. Now, this is probably one of the most simple beats that I've made. There ain't too many sounds to it, but that's all right, because sometimes simplicity is key. And I know us as producers can sometimes get into our heads of, this feels too empty. Ooh, I need to add this other sound in there. But I feel like one of the best ways to take care of that issue in your head is get an acapella of an artist you can hear on it and just see like if the beat still sounds like it's missing something with him on top, you know, with them on top of it. And that's what I ended up doing. I went on YouTube and I got an acapella of this Nipsey Hussle song that I like a lot. And I laid it on top of the beat once I was done to see if I felt like anything was missing. And to me, it just sounded like, you know, I didn't have to do any more to it. You know, Nipsey's voice kind of just took it over and really, you know, amplified the beat from what it sounded like to what it is. People like Mustard have said, you know, simplicity is really key, man. Like, how can I make the simplest beat but also make it sound not simple? You know what I'm saying?
You ever seen that little keyboard meme where it's like a keyboard with like 3 keys and like this is a Mustard beat? This is how Mustard makes his beats, like clown and shit. And I was like, man, I gotta make some shit that's so simple but just so crazy.
So with that out the way, man, let's get into the beat breakdown. All right, guys, so first sound that I pulled up was Keyscape. This is the JD 800. The preset is the Crystal Rhodes. All I have here is like this repeating chord, kind of like a stabbing motion. You can see the notes that I'm playing isn't really like a chord, but I believe this is like a diminished, suspended or something like that. But it sounds nice because it gives it like this unique tension to the chords that I'm hitting. And this is all hand played, so it's gonna be off the grid a bit. All right, we got a pretty cool foundation now. Next thing I pulled up was Atmosphere. This is kind of like that lead sound. All I got it doing is just going up and down the scale. I hand played it all. It's off the grid, but it sounded nice and smooth. Let's give it a listen. All right, next up, I pulled up another lead because I like that first lead, but I feel like if I kept it through the whole beat, it would just kind of get, I don't know, kind of monotonous, kind of annoying to the ears, you know? Or just, I wanted some type of variation, to be honest with you, between the beat. So I got this lead from Xenology. The preset is called the Synth Voice Lead 2. Now this lead is playing a different pattern. This one is just pretty much just following the root note of like every other count, while also still having like those passing notes going up and down the scale. And once again, it was hand played. This is off the grid, just how I was feeling it, how I was playing it, is how you're hearing it. Let's give it a listen. All right, next up, we pulled up Xenology again. This time I pulled up the Rizzo B7. This is a synth bass. Now, the way that I did this bass, just so y'all can kind of understand how it looks on the grid. So I started off by hand playing it. So you can see like on the first notes, it has kind of a flick from the lower note to the root note. And I liked how that sounded, that little like bend that it does. And then all the other notes, what I did is I just put them directly on the grid just to have that bass hitting on time. So the little flick notes on the roots, they're off a bit just to kind of give it that little bend that I like. But then everything else I put on grid. Now to add some more lower end to this synth bass, I then pulled up Operator, which is a Ableton plugin, like an Ableton stock plugin. All I did was just bring it down low to an octave to be hitting that really low end. And I matched it. I just copy and pasted the synth bass with that one, and they're layered together just to give it some good body lower end to the synth bass. And that's it for, you know, the sounds. To be honest, like I said, this is the simplest beat I think I've done in a while. It's almost to the point where your brain's like, oh, but is it enough? Is it enough? I had to send this to my homie Drew, shout out Drew. He's like someone who I'll go to when I'm like, is this good enough? Does this need more? Honestly, to be honest with y'all, I had a couple more sounds in there, but he was like, I just don't feel like these need it. I feel like what my ears are really attracted to is that funky bass line. Us as producers, sometimes we can get in our head too much, like, oh, this isn't enough, I need more sounds. But it's good to have somebody on the side who could kind of like be, you know, your QC, your quality control, knowing like if you're doing too much or not. So for the drums, it's a super simple pattern, man. I didn't do nothing crazy. I just got these funky drum sounds, and all I did was combine the hi-hat with a tambourine to give it this nice like a little bounce with it. And then all I did, guys, for the last part of the beat, just to kind of give it a little transition-y sound, is I got this downer, you know, riser effect when it comes in, just to let you know, like, just to do a transition from like one piece of the beat to the other piece of the beat. And yeah, guys, like I said, this is probably one of the simplest beats I've done. I hope y'all rocking with it, man. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I got an acapella from Nipsey Hussle to really like hear it in my head, like, is this gonna work together as one? I don't know about y'all, but I thought this shit sounded dope as hell. If y'all wanna hear the full song with my remix beat on it, link is in the description as well. But without that, let's give this beat a full listen. And I'll catch y'all next time. Mad Cal, Bovine, Andres. Peace.